Hi, I'm Tammy.
I'm Lacey.
We are the Nutrition Twins. We are registered dietitians and personal trainers, and today we are so excited to share with you 5 easy ways to jumpstart your weight loss. Up first, if you heard that spot reducing isn't possible, there's interesting new research to show that this might not be the case.
Super exciting, but we first have to say that while it is very exciting, we have to say that with spot reducing, this isn't the magical pill, but combined with everything else we're about to share, it's pretty magical. And the first thing that you can do is eat a certain fiber. Now, this fiber, when our guts digest it, it ferments and it becomes a short chain fatty acid. And this affects hunger. So it lowers our hunger hormones and it increases our satiety hormones. And this affects appetite and visceral fat. So that's around the belly.
Visceral fat, so let me tell you before you continue on, visceral fat is the fat that wraps around our organs, and it is linked with inflammatory markers that are linked with diabetes, insulin resistance,
obesity,
stroke,
heart
cancer,
disease.
Everything. And of course, who has visceral fat it's kind of genetic. Whether
kind
you
of
store
unlucky.
fat, it's unlucky. Whether you store fat in your belly or if you store it on your hips and your thighs, you're a little bit luckier because then you can pinch it and it's not the kind of fat that's related and it's associated with all of these chronic diseases.
But that's okay, because now we're sharing with you this fiber that ferments, that makes these short chain fatty acids that also affect fat metabolism. And by doing this, they decrease the amount of fat that we can store and they increase our fat burning. And when this happens, the fatty acids in our blood go down, and this has been shown to help prevent weight gain. So it's super exciting. And we're so excited to share some of these fibers with you.
Okay,
You want to tell them?
The fiber, the magical fiber is soluble fiber. And research shows that if you can get 10 grams of soluble fiber a day, and we're going to tell you how to do that because it's not that much, you can reduce your visceral fat by 3.7%, one study found.
So cool.
So cool.
Okay, so tell them where they can find it.
Okay, so you can find soluble fiber in apples,
Oats,
oat bran, psyllium, flax seeds, citrus fruits, strawberries.
beans. Those are just a few examples, right?
Yeah.
So-
So for example, if you want to get the 10 grams, so say in the morning you have a cup of oatmeal and an apple with the skin, and then later in the day you either have a half cup of berries or a half cup of beans, you're there. You
Amazing.
are there.
Okay, now for those of you
So
that
then
are
you've got your 10 grams of soluble fiber and you are reducing your visceral fat.
the belly fat. Okay, so I have something to ask. For those of you that knew us in elementary school, I'm about to share something. This is about to come full circle, the soluble fiber. Do you know where I'm heading with this?
No.
Come on, twin telepathy. Okay,
I got
she's
nothing.
horrible.
I got nothing. Uh-oh.
Such a letdown all the time. So you are. Okay, let's see if this rings any bells. So when we were in elementary school, there were some days that we gave our lunch away. Do you know what days I'm talking about? They were you should never gonna get it. I just have to tell you.
We gave our
on
lunch away around a lot.
So on certain mornings, we would have lunch. Hi, Adele. Hi, Adele.
Hi.
We would, on certain days, we'd give our lunch away, and those were the mornings that our mom gave us oatmeal. And two things happened on those mornings. Number one, we were not constipated. So, yes, thank you, Mom. And if everyone had oatmeal for breakfast, the world would be a much better
happier place, that's for sure.
And then the other thing was that we would give our lunch away on those days. And you know why? First of all, our mom always gave us too much food, but on the days when we had oatmeal, we were so full still by lunch because oatmeal, it has that soluble fiber, and
That's so satisfying.
and it swells in your stomach and it takes up space, and that makes you full. And so that's why if you are watching and you received our lunch, well, you probably didn't eat it because it's too healthy. No one really wanted it. But, but if you did get it, that was why. So now you know the soluble fiber. Very
Soluble
cool.
fiber.
Okay. So next up, all right. So this next one, out of 5 easy ways to lose weight. Now you know about the soluble fiber and belly fat. Okay. Now this is not it, but this is the clue. Does anyone know what this is? If you know what this is, write in the
better know,
comments.
right?
You better know. Do you know? Write in the comments what this is. And this is not it, but it's a clue. Okay, give them a hint. What do you think it smell? What does it smell like?
I mean, I'm congested, so.
Let
me smell again.
I'll have to do it. You ready?
It smells kind of like a Christmas tree, I'd say.
Okay, kind of. And like lemony. All right.
Lemony, maybe.
So hold on to this. This is the spice. We're going to come, it's an herb. We're going to come back to this. But just remember this and hold tight. It does smell very nice.
It does smell
nice. This is from my personal stash, by the way. I will tell you that there's two things that we find with people when they try really hard to lose weight, and they're big mistakes, but they're trying so hard. And the first thing that we find is that people, they'll have the best intentions. They'll have maybe like a chicken breast for lunch,
or fish, or
broccoli,
maybe
rice,
steamed vegetables.
And they do lose weight at first, but it doesn't last. And the reason being is that they just left the vegetables, they left everything plain.
Completely plain, and their taste buds start to wander. They want a little bit more flavor.
And they're bored.
They're bored. They start to fall off track. So then they decide, okay, you know what? I'm
and
going
then
to
they
start
just go
adding
off track.
butter. I'm going to add butter.
No, that's one scenario. They just go off track completely. The other scenario is when they just, right out of the gate, they're like, I'm eating healthy food. I'm eating the same food. Chicken, fish, all these healthy foods. But what they do is they add flavor right away. And the way they add their flavor is with oily, buttery sauces.
Right.
And
those dressing.
And
we had one client. Do you remember her? She added ranch dressing. She was adding 2,000 calories worth of ranch dressing in her day. That's how many calories she needed in her entire day. She was adding.
She lost 7 pounds the first week when we made that change for her.
Getting,
but what these people are doing
dressing
is they're adding these dressings right away, and they actually usually come to us at that point because they're like, I don't understand. I'm eating these healthy foods and I'm not losing weight. So that's a problem. So what we find, and also they add salt, and that's another issue because then it causes inflammation,
and inflammation makes it easier to gain weight and harder to lose weight.
Yeah, so then you have that issue. So the other thing that then happens is that when both of these situations happen, what people are forgetting is that you've got to have flavor. You've got to have flavor if you want to make permanent weight loss. And so they're going about it the wrong way. So thus, this is, tell them what it is.
Rosemary.
And rosemary is just one of the many, but herbs and spices are the best way to add flavor to your food. Get all of these, actually rosemary has fat burning benefits, but all of the spices do. In fact, in Germany, rosemary is approved for digestive ailments. It also helps with brain health, memory,
fights inflammation, and all spices do are herbs and spices, which is so great because they flavor your food without calories, but they fight the inflammation that we just told you makes weight gain easier and weight loss harder.
And so it makes your food so flavorful. Now, rosemary, this is for my personal stash because I have my own
I'm gonna have to
as
take
well
some later.
where I'm trying to get my own rosemary in, and I have noticed a difference on my brain already. I feel sharper, but I'm always kind of sharp, so.
No, you're not.
I do feel a little sharper, I will say. But rosemary has something in it called coumaric acid. Do not remember that. I think I might have just said it wrong.
I think you did.
But what it does is it helps to increase fat burning and prevent fat storage as well. Kind of like the soluble fiber. Very, very cool. So load up on those spices. Oh, another one of our favorites. Oh, shoot. I just
yeah. I need to step up.
Does anyone have any guesses what our favorite one might be?
This is so I just haven't got a lot of it. This one is so good.
I can't get it out. It's Ginger.
She's ginger obsessed. She made me ginger obsessed for a while, which is so good because that's so
It's
good
one of the
for
most
you.
anti-inflammatory things you can do. One of the best things you can do for belly fat because you lower the inflammation and for pain. You lower the pain. And the truth is, I wish we were still in high school for this reason alone. I have a very good analogy, and I would have gotten an A plus for my analogy with inflammation. For those of you that don't know about inflammation is like a bull in a china shop.
Oh no!
Okay?
I think I know where this is headed.
Tammy is seriously like a bull in the china shop as well. For instance, she comes over today, and I'm trying to get ready to share 5 ways to easily jumpstart weight loss. And over in the corner, I hear a big smash. And I'm like, oh my God, Tammy, what happened? She's like, oh, it's not me, it's my coat. And then,
so you put stuff in the way of my coat.
Okay, so then what happens is I can't focus on getting you ready for you guys. And instead, I'm off running to take care of
putting
the
out
smash.
other fires. She's comparing me with fires.
So inflammation is like a fire starter, and you really can't have weight loss happening if you're putting out this fire in your body and that fire in your body. Your body wants to focus on getting healthy and putting out the inflammation first. So that is why it is like a bull in a china shop. And so we want to do everything we can to shut it down and
tame the inflammation.
And ginger, sorry, I couldn't get it out of here. I was trying to save it because I get my delivery from Misfits tomorrow. And I'm going to use all this tonight. So I didn't want Tammy to touch it. But okay, so
She's
on
greedy.
to the next. Okay, so we've got the soluble fiber. We've got flavoring your food. You've got to do it. If you want to stay on track, you've got to use these healthy herbs and spices that lower belly fat. Yep.
Up next, magnesium. For those of you who don't know, magnesium relaxes your brain, it relaxes your muscles and your central nervous system. And we know that so many people, it also helps to fight anxiety, but a lot of people eat and overeat out of stress, which is a biggie. We don't want to be overeating because we're stressed out. It happens
Think
all
about
the time.
this. It's like magnesium's like a chill pill. So you know so many of us nowadays, we eat, we're super stressed, and so because we're super stressed, we eat. But imagine if you had this little just chill pill from the magnesium, and then you're in a stressful situation, and it goes away, and you're around food, and you're kind of like, I don't really need it the same way. It is amazing for relaxing the body and cutting out those extra calories that you don't need.
We will say that most people are certainly deficient in it because our bodies even need more during stressful times, but also because our soil is depleted. So that means we all really have to step it up. The best place that we like to tell people to get their magnesium is from leafy greens.
This happens to be from my stash as well. I will be eating this tonight before dinner. I do have bitters dinner.
For her magnesium.
Magnesium and bitters, which we will get to another time because those are great for belly fat too.
Absolutely.
But yes, magnesium is one of the best ways is the green veggies, and they're really good for your belly fat fighting too, and jump-starting weight loss and filling you up.
And so the magnesium, we also like to have people have it if you have a hard time sleeping at night because it helps to relax you. And when you're not sleeping well at night, your cortisol rises, which is your belly fat hormone. So if you're not getting enough magnesium, the first thing that's going to happen is your cortisol will rise, the belly fat will be
in full effect. We don't want that to happen to you.
Not
we
for
try
you.
for it not to happen to us. We work really hard and we help our clients work really hard and they get really good results. And we want that for you too. Okay, so next up, you ready?
Yes.
Do you know what it is?
It is a special snack. Number 4, a special kind of snack that will help you to jumpstart your weight loss.
Amazing. And the thing about the snack is, I will say, we've always liked it, but we truly didn't realize how helpful it was until we gave it to our clients. And I started noticing that some days they didn't have the biggest lunch. And I'm like, you didn't have the biggest lunch. Are you hungry? And they'd have this snack, but they'd be fine all day and fine at dinner and fine and in control. So the snack is matcha with a little bit of almond milk. So first, let's tell you about matcha. If you don't know about matcha, we like to say matcha is like green tea on steroids. So green tea is already amazing, but matcha, come on. I like to think of matcha as like, you know when you see those like big like cars going down the road with the big blinged out tires and they're blasting music and you're like, ooh, who's that? Well, at least I'm like that. But then they're like, oh, they get a lot of attention. They're all blinged out. And then green tea, which is amazing within itself. Amazing within itself is like the Honda that drives by. But good old reliable. And
But
it's still going to get you where you need to go.
The matcha tea, it is definitely the souped up one. It's got that combination of caffeine and EGCG. And EGCG is a very powerful antioxidant that tames inflammation.
Tam, you have to tell them what EGCG is. It's epigallocatechin gallate. And for those
Do they care what it is? It's EGCG.
Tammy, for those that can't say it quickly 10 times, we call it EGCG. Epigallocatechin gallate. Whew. What a number.
Anyhow, this EGCG is pretty incredible, and there's been research behind it. And if you can actually get 4 to 5 teacups, so that's only 4 to 5 ounces if you're thinking of a teacup.
Yeah. So like
green tea. This is even a matcha, because matcha you probably need less of green tea per day. It has been shown to speed up metabolism, and there aren't that many things that can do that.
It actually is known for its thermogenesis, and the way that it does is it increases brown fat. So there's a
good fat on your body, and it's called brown fat.
Brown fat. We want more of that because white fat just sits there and just gets blobby.
It doesn't take any calories. Brown fat is metabolically active, so the more brown fat that you have in the body, the more calories your body will burn, even when you sleep, which is pretty incredible.
EGCG from the green tea does that for you. Really cold showers, the cold plunges. There's so much, but it is very exciting that we can actually drink this tea, feel more satisfied, get the EGCG, which has all these anti-cancer benefits as well, and at the same time, get brown fat.
And you know what I want to say that's so interesting about this? We usually tell our clients, do not drink your calories because your brain does not compensate for those calories later in the day and make you want to eat less. But this is an exception to the rule because we've found that all of our clients find this so satisfying. And you don't even need, you just take the matcha green tea. You don't even need a little mixer to mix in. You can just use
sometimes
a spoon.
You whisk it. You can just use a spoon and put in. There's something about mixing in that almond milk. It makes it a little bit creamier, and people love it. And can't believe how satisfying it is for people.
It is pretty shocking.
Yeah, we have a really good recipe on our site for to make a cold one, a warmer one. You can do it cold or warm. That's a thing. So go for it. Okay, that's tip number 4. All right, so tip number 5. We know times are so tough right now, and we really, really want to help you all as much as we can. So we are offering people, we know people are so stressed, and weight loss is a challenge at every time of year, and we are offering 5 weight loss breakthrough strategy sessions. And for these, we do not even normally offer them alone, but during these, what's so cool is we're going to help you to uncover anything like your obstacles that are getting in the way of your weight loss. Really get to the bottom of your real true goals, become 100% crystal clear, and then uncover next steps so that you can immediately go forward and start getting results in your weight loss. And what I would tell you, the coolest thing about this is you never know what obstacles are getting in someone's way. And we had intermittent fasting, for instance. We are obsessed with it for so many ways. One, because it works really well for a lot of people.
For weight loss. A lot of people really have lost a lot of weight doing intermittent fasting.
Yeah. And then for others, it is like a disaster. And so one of our clients, she actually wasn't a client, but we've given out a few of these weight loss breakthrough sessions before when we really want to help people. And she said, when we got to the bottom of it, we're like, oh my gosh, it's your intermittent fasting that's kind of killing
you. It was messing her up, doing the exact opposite.
She was doing it for so long. She said, I don't even know how to eat anymore. I've always, I can't even remember how to eat.
She remembered. She had done intermittent fasting.
So for her, it was really getting in the way. And we've worked with her for a while. And she's eating, not intermittent fasting now. The weight's fallen off. She's almost at her goal. It's been a number of months because she wanted to lose it. She couldn't believe so much weight added up doing intermittent fasting. You just wouldn't expect it sometimes because you hear everything works for this works for someone.
And women especially have a really hard time because most people don't know, but it messes with your hormones sometimes, intermittent fasting, so you can only fast so long. It's a delicate balance.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, what's important to keep in mind is that what works for someone, don't get discouraged because you see someone, oh my gosh, my friend's doing keto and it worked for them and I gained weight. We're all different. So that's what's so cool, to kind of uncover what's getting in your way. So anyway, we will
help you to do that.
Yeah, we'll help you to do that. So we're giving away 5 of these. If you want to have one of these calls, either we'll put a little link for this
in the comments below.
Yeah, and just fill that out. But make sure you say why you really, when you go to that link, why you really want to get this call, because we want to make sure people really want it. Since we're only giving away 5, but we really are so excited to do it. And then, or if the link doesn't, if for some reason you don't want to do it through the link, email us and tell us that, and then we will send you that form so you can just fill that out. And
that's it. There you have your 5 easy ways to jumpstart your weight loss. And thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Bye.